92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Everybody knows that the best place to meet somebody to go on a date with is email.
What?
I get emails all the time
How?
from people asking. I really should start checking my emails because I don't check that much, but I get so many emails from like Sugar Mama 17 XXX saying like I'm hot and ready, email me back. And I never do. I always think that's probably junk mail.
I'm actually surprised you don't open those.
But apparently Colleen, who's on the phone, was able to get a date through email. What's up, Colleen? How are you?
Hi.
So you fell for Sugar Mama 17, huh?
Not quite.
How did you get a date via email?
Well, okay, so my best friend Tracy, she works at this company and she knows this guy named Jason, and she said that he was really nice and personable, and like I haven't really had a boyfriend in a couple of years just because I had a bad breakup, so it kind of took me a while. But I don't know, I was kind of like, okay, let's see a picture, and she had one from like some company party. Oh my God, so cute. So freaking cute. And I was like, yeah, let's see what happens. So she gave him my email. 'Cause I was like, I don't want just anybody to have my phone number right now. Like, it's still...
So you got an email from Naked Jason XXX. Is that what happened?
No. He emailed me, and he was like, hey, Tracy showed me your picture. I think you're very beautiful, and she says that you have a great personality, so why don't we start chatting,
So you were set up, and you both apparently had mutual feelings about each other's pictures.
Yes, we did, which I was very happy about.
Yeah, that's good, because usually when a friend sets you up, it's always terrible.
Yeah, I agree. Like, wow, that's what you think of me. That's where you think I should be dating. That's the level, huh?
So what'd you guys do for your date?
So we went to a sushi place.
Okay, great.
And it was so cute because he actually, I don't know if he was serious or maybe just turned it into a joke, or it was a joke all along. I don't know. But he actually ordered in Japanese.
Oh, wow. Yeah, way to show it off. Of course he's taking you to sushi. He's like, let me.
Next we're doing ramen.
I don't really know if he was actually speaking Japanese because the waiter was just kind of looking at him like, huh?
He just watched like a kung fu
He
movie.
just kept saying, like, we don't have that, sir.
He's just making it up.
That's really funny.
I think he was, and I don't know if he was trying to be suave or trying to be cool or just being funny, but it was hilarious, and I thought it was funny, and we all laughed, and I was like, well, how about just the spicy tuna? And they were like, we have that.
Oh, my God. So it was a joke. Like, everybody was laughing together.
Yeah, it was a joke. It was wonderful. Like, he's so funny and smart, like, without being a real jerk about it,
Yeah.
It all sounds perfect. Was there anything wrong?
I don't think so, no. I had such a connection, we talked and talked, like, I love cats, and we talked about that, and he has a rescue cat with one leg.
Oh, my God.
He calls her Snowflake, and he showed me a picture, and I just lost it. I melted. I was like, and marry me.
Right.
Yeah. the three-legged
Man,
cat guy.
This guy had everything that you're looking for.
Right?
Perfect.
This is like too much pressure, though. Why isn't he calling you back?
I don't know.
How did it end?
I mean, it ended great. We were having such a wonderful time. Like, we talked about so much, and then he actually walked me to the door and hugged me and gave me a kiss on the cheek. I felt like it was like a blast from the past. Like I was suddenly in the 50s and I just like had a Sadie Hawkins dance or something.
So it was like a good kiss on the cheek, though, because that could be a bad thing, too.
Yeah, and a hug.
Okay.
No, it was so romantic. I felt special.
I feel special now.
I know. I want to go on your date.
Right? I felt so fancy. I was like, oh. And I don't know. I just thought we really hit it off. And he said he'd call and that we didn't have to rely on email anymore. And we both laughed. And I felt such a spark. So I don't really
Do
understand.
you think it could be the cat? Do you think it's the cat?
What?
What do you
His
mean?
three-legged cat?
Yeah. Like he got home and the cat was like, who are you out with? And then now he can't leave.
I honestly think I'd love the cat more if she was that sassy.
Wait, have you grilled your friend who set you up?
I did. She says it's been really busy at the office, so it's just kind of like she hasn't even seen him around.
Oh, no. Oh,
So
my
you
God.
can't
I bet you're
think
going
of it-
crazy right now.
I know.
So you can't think of any reason that he's not calling you back.
No, I can't think of anything.
And how long has it been now?
It's been a week.
A week.
that's
Okay.
long enough.
Yeah, that's definitely long enough, especially if it was as good as
Shoot.
you said it was.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll play a song, and then we'll come back and call him and get your second date update, okay?
Thank you.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just joining us for today's second date update, Colleen is on the phone, and Colleen is in one of the most frustrating positions you can be in when it comes to dating. She went out with a dude named Jason. Everything seemed great. She had a great time. Yeah. Nothing she can think of went wrong, and now he's not calling her back. She thought he was cute, thought he was funny. Charming. He even likes cats, and she likes cats. But now, nothing. All right, Colleen, are you ready to call him and see what's up?
Yeah, I'm ready.
No.
I'm just disappointed, that he hasn't called me.
I'm not ready. I am so nervous. Like, this guy checks all the boxes for your dream guy.
And you seem great, too.
I know. You seem lovable and,
Thank you.
and wonderful. I'm really hoping for just a normal explanation for once.
Only box he doesn't check is the called me back box.
Yeah. That's an important one, too.
I'm bummed. Like, I would have hoped that he would have already called, Like, I told you I had such a bad breakup, and it took me a long time to be ready, and now I am, and it's kind of like I'm not going to pine away for a guy who doesn't want to pine for me.
Yeah, good.
Right.
That's good. That's good attitude.
If he's not going to call, or if he's just not who I think he is, I may have to just cut it and run. I don't know. I hope I'm wrong.
Well, let's see if we can get a hold of him first.
Okay.
And then you can decide to not ever want to call him again.
Okay.
All right, here we go. I'm going to dial the phone number.
Hello?
Hey, is this Jason?
Is he?
Jason, how are you, man? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay.
It's a radio show. Are you familiar?
I think I heard of you guys. What's up?
Well, not much. Just calling you to see how you're doing today. Trying to recruit new listeners to the show.
Is that really what you're doing?
No, because probably after we tell you why we are calling, you might never want to hear from us ever again.
Don't be so pessimistic. This could be great. This could be a great call for you, Jason.
All right, so just let me know what's going on. Like, I'm kind of interested now.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not calling them back after, they can email us to get you on the phone and see if we can figure out what happened. And we got an email from a girl named Colleen.
Okay.
Yeah, and Colleen told us all about your date. She said that you met through a friend of hers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she said that she had a really good time, but it's been over a week now, and she's heard nothing from you.
Is that true?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so can you tell us why?
Yeah, I don't know if I have, enough time for that. I mean, it might be a little,
So it's not just you've been busy and you haven't had time to get back to her?
I mean, if you want to tell her that.
Okay, well, if it's a lie, I don't want to tell her that. Is there a particular reason? Like, did she do something wrong?
No, she was awesome. I mean,
Okay.
I'm really into her. I mean, it's not that,
Yeah,
Wait,
usually when you're really into somebody, you don't call them back after a really awesome date.
You don't know my situation, right?
I know. I'm trying to find out your situation. I'm trying to see if I can help you out, actually.
Hold up, Jason. Are you in a relationship?
No. I'm not in a relationship right now. I'm single.
So
Okay.
wait, why would you not call someone back that's awesome and that you're really into?
It's really complicated right now, and I just don't want to really talk about it.
Okay. Well, can you tell us anything? Because here's the thing, though. She really liked you, and from the sounds of it, you really liked her.
Yeah, I mean, I really do, and I will get in touch with her. It's just-
Right. But I'm telling you right now, though, if you wait too long, that ship's going to sail. Because she actually did tell us that it's been so long since she's heard from me that she's just thinking about cutting it and not even trying anymore.
Yeah, she doesn't want to spend her days thinking about some guy that's not thinking about her. Like, that's you have to understand that. She doesn't want to waste her time.
Look, I really f***ed up, and yeah.
Okay. Well, can you tell us what happened?
All right, just you're not going to tell her?
No, we'll tell her something else if it's that bad. Yeah. Like, I want you guys to go out again because you both liked each other, so we'll try to figure out a way to sugarcoat it, I guess, whatever it is.
All right. So her friend Tracy told me that she was into cats, so I showed her a picture of a cat.
Yeah.
It had 3 legs, and it was named Snowflake, and I told her that it was my cat because I wanted to, look, good in front of her. And the thing is, I don't have a 3-legged cat.
Oh,
Shut
you
up.
lied about the cat?
I didn't expect her to be so into that story.
Oh, my God. That is, most
So-
men lie about like how much money
Yeah.
they make or what their
Yeah.
position is at work or what car they drive, not whether or not they own a three-legged cat.
She said you showed her a picture and everything.
Yeah, I downloaded it off the internet.
Oh my
Dude,
God.
no.
And why did you pick a three-legged cat? Like a regular rescue cat, you could have at least gone out and gotten another black cat somewhere. You can't just go out and find a three-legged cat to continue the lie.
Yeah, so I've been going around shelters just trying to find a three-legged cat, and it's been difficult.
Yeah,
my
that's a
God.
pretty particular cat you're looking for.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
You
Okay.
just come clean.
I figured if I found a three-legged cat, I mean, it would cover the story. The problem is, like, I found a three-legged cat, but it was a different color.
That's so rare.
Yeah, how hard can it be to find? How hard is it to find a three-legged cat in this city? Damn it!
This is like
color.
weirdly romantic, though, in a really strange way.
Hey, Jason.
Yeah, I know. I f***ed up.
Yeah, you did, and you know what? I did too, because I lied to you and told you that I wouldn't tell her. She's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
What are you talking about?
I mean, Colleen is on the other line listening.
Yeah.
I told you that I wasn't going to tell her, but oh man, I f***ed up. Sorry.
What the hell?
I know. It's an accident.
She needed to know.
Oh
He
man,
lies a lot.
three-legged cats, people on the phone.
Yeah.
It's tough.
That's crazy.
Colleen, are you still there?
You lied about a three-legged cat?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm Colleen. Can I just explain?
Jason, that's so stupid.
Yeah, it was stupid. I mean, yeah.
I just don't understand why you would do that on a first date. That's so weird.
I'm very awkward, so it's like I wanted to look like I was somebody cool for you, you know? So I
But
figured
Jason,
maybe
you already did look cool.
I knew you like cats, but I didn't know you like were gonna be so obsessed about a three-legged cat, and like I kind of buried
This
myself.
cat was like a model, and I guess she really was a model.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful cat, Jason. Of course I'm going to go crazy. If you had just told me, oh, I like cats too. Awesome.
I really wanted to call you back though, but you were really in a snowflake, and I just wanted to find snowflake for you, you know?
Jason, that's
sweet,
it's like weirdly sweet.
right?
Wait, so are you mad, Colleen, or are you cool?
I'm just confused.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, I get it. I get like wanting to make a good impression. I just wish you hadn't lied to me. And that kind of makes me a little weary because my last boyfriend lied to me. And the rest of what you told me is true, right? Like you love karaoke and you went to drive-ins as a kid. Like that's not just a fake story you read in a book somewhere.
No, those are true. I mean, I really do that stuff. I mean, everything else was like straight up real.
Except the three-legged cat.
Yeah. The most standoutish part.
Stop bringing it up!
Okay.
Oh my God.
My bad. Sorry.
It was such a dumb lie, though, Jason. Like, you got to think into the future. You can't lie about things like that.
Yeah.
Can you please stop piling on? All right, I know it's stupid, okay? A three-cat story, dumbest thing in the world. I'm just trying to save face here, okay?
Well, all right, Colleen. If you think about this, it's obvious that Jason doesn't lie very much because he's a terrible liar.
Yeah.
And it's obviously likes you.
Is that true, Jason?
Yes, I'm a good guy. I mean, I just wanted to make everything work. I wanted to make everything, like, great for you. I was just searching all around the city for a cat with three legs that looked like the cat in the picture.
He was
Well-
willing to adopt a three-legged cat.
I mean, he's
Yeah.
really like
I mean,
cat
true.
a
shopping.
specific colored three-legged cat.
That is a big commitment.
Yeah.
Jason, would you like to go out with Colleen on a second date? We will pay for it. We still probably should ask Colleen if she wants to go too. But anyway,
Yes, I do, and I hope she forgives me despite the craziness.
Aww.
okay, Colleen, do you want to go out with him again, knowing what you know now?
I think I do.
Yay! Yay!
So
Cat love!
That's good.
That's awesome, and can I stop looking for the cat now?
For now.
For now. All right.
For now.
But yeah, eventually, Jason, you're going to have to supply a three-legged cat to this relationship, all right? Well, congratulations, Colleen. You got your second date.
Thank you, guys.
You're
Oh my
welcome.
God, that was so cute.
I'm happy.
I know, me too.
Brooke Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 that says, I wish someone would adopt a one-legged animal for me.
Yeah.
I know, it's very sweet. If you missed today's second date update, Colleen wanted to call this dude named Jason. We got him on the phone to figure out why he wasn't calling her back, and it turns out that he wasn't ready to call her back yet because during their date, he lied to her and said that he adopted a one-legged cat named Snowflake. He even had a printed out photo of a cat with one leg and said that that was Snowflake. Well, ever since the date, he's been going around shelters all over the city trying to find a one-legged cat that looks like the one in the photo. That's why he hasn't called her back.
Like, come on, man.
He said that he found one, but it was the wrong color.
I mean, they don't just have them lying around.
Yeah, no, it's tough to find. It's a very, very particular thing you're looking for, a one-legged cat named Snowflake that looks exactly like the one you found online. Anyway, she thought the whole lie was extremely stupid, but also kind of sweet.
Aww.
And they decided to go out again. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I'm not an expert, but I always feel like if you're out on a first date and you don't make it to the intended place you were planning on going to, that probably wasn't a good date. Like if it ends before you actually got to where you wanted to have the date, probably not good.
What if it ends at your house, in your room, your bedroom before?
Like I said, I'm not an expert. That could be a good thing.
Yeah.
Rich is on the phone with us right now. His date actually halfway happened. He never made it exactly where he wanted to go. He went out with a girl named Danielle. They were supposed to go to a Sounders game, apparently. But Rich's email says that they didn't make it that far. What's up, Rich? How are you?
Hey, Jubal.
So tell us about your date. Why didn't you make it to the Sounders game?
I mean, that's kind of what I'm trying to figure out, actually.
Okay, Rich, start from the beginning. Where did you meet her?
Okay, well, I met this girl, Danielle, through friends on Facebook, actually.
Okay.
And, like, right away, like, the first time I saw her, I was like, she's super, super cute. And she seems like, you know, a really cool person from, you know, just from her profile.
Right, some hilarious status updates. You were like, oh my gosh, great sense of humor.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Okay.
And, of course, like, when my buddy's like, oh, dude, she has a boyfriend. You know, her status was, like, in a relationship. She had a boyfriend. And so I kind of just didn't really think about it. And then all of a sudden I see that, you know, her status changed and she's single. So, like, this is my chance.
So you stalked her profile. You stalked her profile for months, waiting until she broke up with her boyfriend. And you're like, now I can pounce.
Oh, man.
Good work.
I mean, not exactly.
Well, a Sounders game is a good first date, though.
Yeah, I mean, I got really good seats, and, like, one of the things that I really liked about her is that she's a Sounders fan, and I thought that would be a really great first date, and you know, she seemed really excited about it.
All right, but your email said that you didn't even make it to the game, so what happened?
Well, I suggested that we just do, like, a little pre-gaming over at my house,
Right.
you know, just to kind of break the ice, I guess, have a couple beers before the game or whatever. And so we're drinking some beers, just kind of, like, hang out, and there was, like, a little bit of a lull, and so I don't know if this was kind of a stupid move or whatever, but I suggested that we play Battleship.
Okay.
Okay.
And so she was up for it, and so, I mean, I kind of was, you know, like, letting her win, and, you know, just trying to be a good guy.
Letting her win at Battleship, a game where you guess numbers.
Yeah, because if I lost, I would never go out on a second date with that guy.
Sliding her
Totally
diagram.
let her win at that game of luck, basically.
I was being nice.
So, yeah, we got to talking about our childhood and what our favorite games were growing up. You know, she was a big fan of Clue, and my favorite game growing up was Chutes and Ladders.
This is all.
How drunk? Okay, were you guys really drunk?
We weren't really drunk, but we're definitely getting our buzz on.
All right,
for
because
sure.
it sounds like a drunken conversation where you start getting all heated about board games.
So when did the date end?
I mean, it was almost time to go, and she gets a call from somebody, I guess her friend, and she's like, I have to go, it's an emergency.
So are you not believing that it was an actual emergency? You think it was like a setup from her friend to rescue her from the date?
We were having a really good time, and we were hitting it off, and I wouldn't expect it to be like a fake emergency, you know?
Yeah.
But after that, I tried to see if everything was okay. I tried to see what was going on, and called her a couple times, and it's been 10 days and I just haven't heard from her at all.
From the sound of everything, it sounds like maybe she did have an emergency.
But
Unless
why-
you're forgetting something. Are you forgetting something, Rich?
What's that?
Are you forgetting anything about the evening, like when you guys were arguing about board games or something? Did you, like, I don't know, did you call her a I don't know. Who knows? Like,
You sunk my battleship.
well, you know what I mean? Like, because you call up the second time and they're like, they left a very important detail out like that. It's like, yeah, the guy called me a and I left. You didn't do anything like that. You can't think of anything.
No, I really can't. I mean, we were pretty buzzed, but I don't think I left anything out. I just don't get it.
Okay.
I do think it's weird. Like, if I had an emergency on a date and it was real, I would call the guy back later and say, hey, sorry about that. Let's reschedule.
Did you go to the Sounders game by yourself?
Oh,
still?
sad.
No, I didn't even go, man. Like,
Oh,
I
man.
didn't have anybody to go with, and I was kind of worried too. Like, if there was a real emergency, I would have
Yeah.
felt bad, like posting pictures of me having a blast while she was
No.
like, I don't know, at the hospital or something. Like,
Should have gone by yourself and just posted sad selfies, sitting in it next to an empty seat, and then tagged her in it just to let her know how sad you were she didn't make it to the game.
I wish I would have thought of that.
Yeah, see? Full of great ideas. All right, man. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, man. Hold on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for the second date update, Rich wants us to call Danielle. They were supposed to go to a Sounders game together. They partied a little while at his house beforehand. In the middle of that, she got a phone call saying that there was an emergency. She had to leave. She hasn't called Rich since. Rich has tried to get a hold of her and has heard nothing.
Has something like this ever happened to you before on a date, Rich?
No, it hasn't.
Would you describe yourself as a likable guy?
I would say so. I mean, I got a good amount of friends. I feel like I'm a good guy, at least, you know.
Okay. So that's a good question to ask
I
somebody.
got some people to hang
You
out
don't hear
with.
many people go like, no, actually, not likable at all.
I'm a terrible
Actually,
person.
you may say that about yourself, too.
I am a horrible bore.
Yeah.
You don't want to hang out with me at all. All right, Rich. We're about to call Danielle, see if we can get her on the phone, okay?
Okay, thanks.
Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Danielle, please?
Yeah, this is Danielle.
Hi, Danielle. This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. How are you?
I'm fine.
Nice to meet you, Danielle.
Why are you calling me?
You actually recently went out on a date with one of our listeners, and they emailed us because you aren't calling them back, and they desperately want to see you again.
Okay. Well, I'm dating a lot of people right now, so...
You're dating a lot of people.
Good for
Okay,
you.
so if I throw a name out there, you might know who this person is.
I mean, yeah, probably.
His name is Rich, and you guys are supposed to go to a Sounders game together.
Yeah, no, look, I told him I had an emergency.
Right. He told us all of that. But, you know, the speculation comes around to, did you actually have an emergency, or were you bailing on the date? I say that you're bailing, that you didn't like Rich and you wanted to leave.
After hearing her tone of voice, I agree.
Am I right, Danielle?
I don't... Look, if you talk to him again, just tell him it's an emergency and it's an ongoing emergency.
So you...
It's gonna happen
All right.
every
You
day.
can't live in a constant state of emergency,
Danielle,
Danielle. It's just not possible.
You have an eternal emergency going on that won't let you contact Rich. I hope I'm not reading into that when I think that you didn't like Rich very much.
Look, if I tell you, you have to promise that this won't get back to him, okay?
Sure.
Because I really don't want to hurt his feelings. It's just, I
Well-
was in, what?
I mean, just think about it. If you know, Rich is the person who wanted us to call you, so he's willing to hear whatever it is you have to say. But we won't tell him if it's too embarrassing.
Yeah, I really don't want to hurt his feelings.
Neither do I. I like the guy when I talked to him. He seemed nice. I would hate to hurt his feelings.
Oh, my gosh. What is it, Danielle?
Well, I mean, I just got out of a long-term relationship. I'm back on the dating scene. And like I said, I'm dating a lot, because I'm
Yeah.
single again. And because I'm trying to be open, I gave Rich a shot. And we were at his place, like playing board games. And he's just kind of dull, He's just not very interesting. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, wow, we're playing board games, and then I'm going to have to go to this 3-hour game and listen to him.
So you thought he was boring?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to be mean. That's the truth of it. Sometimes you click with people
Yeah.
and sometimes you don't.
But Danielle, how long were you guys hanging out at the house before you decided that this guy was a total drag?
Like an hour, but
How can you analyze someone in just an hour?
Oh, I think you can.
Yeah, a couple minutes.
yeah.
You know if you're not having a good time.
Okay, but I mean, don't commit to a 3-hour Sounders game then.
I know. I mean, I love the Founders, and I thought it would be fun, but that's 3 more hours with this guy, and then it's going to get super awkward afterwards if he tries to, like, kiss me, you know?
Yeah. You're like,
So-
I don't want a boring kiss. Thank you very much.
Oh, come on.
I just can't believe you lied to me.
What?
Just lied to me, like, straight up, like, just, like, faked an emergency call. Like, unreal.
Danielle, that's Rich.
About that.
He was actually on the other line listening.
Okay, this is not fair. You said you weren't going to tell him anything.
I didn't. You did. And so I wasn't lying when I told you that. I'm sorry. But I think Rich needs to know what you think of him if he wants to go out with you so badly. Maybe now he'll leave you alone.
Oh.
I'll definitely leave you alone. I mean, I didn't think I was wasting my time with a liar. You know, somebody who would just only give me an hour to, like, totally impress you and wow you. Like, I'm glad this happened, actually, because that's just like that's a move. I'm sorry.
Good for you, Rich.
Wow. Okay, well, you know, I'm really sorry. I didn't want to hurt your feelings. I'm not a liar. I didn't want to hurt your feelings
I'm a grown-up
and tell you...
person, like, the idea, like, that you couldn't just, like, be straight up with somebody and just leave me, like, hanging, too.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to, like, leave you hanging. I was trying to be nice. I wasn't interested in you. I didn't want the rest of the night to be awkward, and then that's going to lead you on more. So I figured get out while I can. I made up an excuse so I wouldn't hurt your feelings. That doesn't make me a huge liar. I'm really sorry.
Like, leave me hanging for almost 2 weeks. Like, I've called you, I've texted you. Like, at no point did you think maybe it would be the grown-up thing to do, like, tell this guy the truth so he can actually, like, I just can't believe it.
Okay, well, you know what? If you want the truth, then here's the truth, all right? We played Battleship on our first date, all right? That's not what a girl wants. That's not what any girl wants.
That's not
What are
true.
you talking about?
That is not true.
Brooke, I guess, loves Battleship. That's the way to Brooke's heart. I didn't know
Awesome
that.
game.
I mean, you didn't even give me a chance. Like, you didn't even give me a chance to go to the game with you and, like, actually show you who I was, who I am. We didn't have a chance to even go together.
I never said I didn't go to the game.
What?
You went to the game? What?
You went to the game?
Yeah, I wasn't going to tell you that I went to the game, but you're kind of being a right now. So if you really want to know, I was not clicking with you at all, and I got a message from another guy I'd been on a couple dates with.
No way.
He happened to have tickets. So, yeah, I took the chance, and I went, and I had a blast that night, and I would never have wanted to tell you that. Keep pushing.
Are you serious, Danielle, or are you just trying to be mean to Rich because you don't like
I'm
him?
not trying to be mean. I don't want to be mean, but I mean, good Lord.
You know what? You, because that's bullshit. Oh, she ended up going to the game. I sat at home worrying about you. Obviously, shouldn't have even wasted any time. You're a man. That's unreal.
Dude, Danielle.
Wow.
Do you have any remorse right now, Danielle, for this or no?
You know, I did. I felt bad the whole time, but now I don't. I really feel like he's being so rude to me. Like, I lied because I was trying to be nice, so I'm sorry.
Wow.
Ultimately, I'm glad, because I don't have time for people like you. I don't have time to be wasting my time on some...
Yeah, Rich, you got games of Battleship to play with tons of other people.
Oh, you guys, this deteriorated
Hey,
quickly.
at this point, I would love to ask you guys if you two would go out on a second date.
Come on, Jubal.
We'll pay for it. Send you to another Sounders game or something. Danielle, are you
Absolutely
interested?
not.
No? Okay. Rich, you interested?
Oh, my God.
Hell no.
I thought for sure you guys would have gone out again.
Weird.
Well, there you go, Rich. You got your answer, man. She lied to you.
Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
Sorry, bro.
Hey, next Sounders game, I'll go with you.
Great. That would be amazing, actually.
Yeah, no, I probably got plans, though. Probably got plans. Sorry about that.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Normally, I start off the second date updates by saying so-and-so is on the phone with us, and today they want to do a second date update. Well, I'll say that today, except you won't know their name.
Why?
Because it'll be beeped out. So I'll say the name 3 times now. You didn't understand any of that because that was all beeped. But she is on the phone to do a second date update today. She closed her email out to us saying, I will do a second date update as long as you beep my name out because people will know who I am because I'm in the public eye.
Oh, well, aren't you fancy?
How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good. Thank you for agreeing to do the second date update.
Oh, thank you for having me.
So you said you're in the public eye, but you didn't say what you do. Are you perhaps the Vice President of the United States of America?
No, I am not.
Oh.
I was recently a Miss America contestant.
All right.
That's cool.
Beauty pageant queen.
Yeah, I was thinking
Yeah.
you were going to be like a meteorologist or something, but we'll take beauty pageant.
No, I'm not a meteorologist, although I do actually really like the sciences.
Okay. So you're not getting a call back from a dude. Tell us a little bit about him.
Well, I haven't been on a date in a little while. I've been having trouble meeting someone. I just, haven't met the right person. And
I would imagine for somebody like you probably meet a lot of creepy dudes who want to date you just because you're a beauty pageant contestant and you've competed in Miss America and stuff like that.
I want to date
Yeah.
her.
And then honestly, my day-to-day life, because there is a lot of work that goes into beauty pageants, there's not a lot of guys around,
Yeah.
to like meet at work sort of a thing.
So you just meet creepy dudes when you're signing autographs, basically.
Yeah.
All right. So you really like this guy, though?
I did. My friend convinced me very much against my will to try out a dating app.
Okay.
I've heard such awful stories that I was terrified to try doing it. But I tried it, and I met this guy, and he was really cute, and he seemed really sweet. And we ended up going out on a date, and it turned out to be a really, what I thought was a really, really great date.
Did he know that you were a Miss America contestant?
If he did, he didn't say anything, and I didn't bring up the whole pageant thing because I just didn't want to go there on a first date. I thought that would be a little weird for a lot of reasons.
You didn't show up in a sash with a crown.
No, I didn't do that.
See, that's what I would have done, definitely, if I was in your position. So what'd you guys do when you went out?
We met at a bar and had a drink and hit it off, and we had lots of great conversation. And it turned into dinner, and it turned into us having, a nice evening together. And then he asked me if he could walk me back to my car, and I said sure. And I ended up kissing him, which I've never done on a first date before.
So he didn't kiss you, you kissed him.
No, I guess I let him kiss me. We kissed.
I was picturing you grabbing him by the shoulders and slamming him up against his car.
That's hot. Why not?
No. We kissed. I've never done that before. I don't know if he thinks.
You know that saying I don't usually do that is code for I do that all the time.
I know, but in this case it's true. I've literally never kissed anybody on a first date ever.
Did you tell him that after you kissed him?
Not in so many words, but I don't know if he thinks that I'm just a hookup girl or something. I'm totally overanalyzing this, but I thought we had a great time, and I sent him a text the next day just saying, "Hey, had a great time. It was nice to meet you." And nothing happened, and so I waited a few more days, and then I just said, "Hey, hope you're doing okay," and still nothing.
So you just haven't heard anything back from him at all since your date?
No.
Did you try texting him in all caps? I'm a damn former Miss America contestant. How dare you turn me down?
No.
Okay, that might work.
Do you think that there's a chance he could be intimidated by you?
That's honestly, I've encountered that, and it's one of the reasons that I didn't want to say anything. But I don't think he knows that I am. I didn't mention anything about it. And so if he knew on his own, he knew going into the date. So,
but you're a pretty well-spoken person. So
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, nothing makes me not want to call a girl back more than her being well spoken.
I'm just saying, some guys
that's the
don't
worst.
are worried that the girl has outsmarted them or something.
Pretty and smart.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope it's not the case. If it's so, then he's not the guy for me.
Yeah.
But it's interesting with the whole pageant thing because I'm fortunate that I'm attractive, but it's kind of a double-edged sword because a lot of times that's all people see me as.
I feel your pain there. I get that all the time, and I'm like, you know what? I'm more than just good looks. I have a brain, too. If you would take a second and just talk to me rather than just oogle me nonstop. You know, it's a tough thing that we have to deal with. So did anything out of the ordinary at all happen on your date?
I mean, nothing overt. I've been, kind of obsessing over the details and trying to think what it might be, and we didn't really have a lot in common. We still had a great time, but we didn't seem to have a lot of specific things in common in our lives.
Okay.
So.
Okay, well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, all right?
Okay.
Okay, just hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Welcome back to today's second date update, where we're joined by royalty this morning. That's right, is on the phone with us. The name is beeped out because she doesn't want her name revealed to the public because she is in the spotlight quite often as the queen of the universe.
That's not it at all.
At least the queen of whatever pageant that she's currently competing in to win. In case you missed the first part of today's second date update, is on the phone with us. She doesn't want her name revealed because she's a former Miss America contestant. She went out on a date with a guy named Chris. Chris isn't calling her back. She said everything on the date went fine, and she can't think of any reason that he's not calling her back other than the fact that they kissed on the first date, which is something she doesn't normally do. She thinks he might think that she's a little too forward. And what was the other reason?
We didn't really seem to have a lot in common.
Okay.
In general, but...
Well, nobody has anything in common with you because you are royalty. It's hard to find common ground with a commoner. Am I right?
Oh, man.
What kingdom are you from, Prince? Oh, you're not from a kingdom.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
All right, I'm going to dial the phone number right now, get him on the phone, and find out why he's not calling you back, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Chris, please?
Speaking.
Hey, Chris, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm sorry, who?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm calling you because you recently went out on a date with one of our listeners, and they emailed me asking if I could get you on the phone to talk to you about that date.
What?
I know, right?
Yeah. It's called the Second Date Update. It's a segment that we do on our show where if you go out on a date with somebody and don't call them back, they email us to see if we can get you on the phone and ask why. Her name is...
Oh, man.
Did you not like...
Yeah, I mean, do you guys make a lot of these calls?
We do, actually. Usually things work out for the best. People end up hashing things out and go out on another date at the end of the phone call. So just wanted to know if she did anything wrong on the date and why you're not calling her back.
No, I mean, yeah, I don't know. It was fine, I guess.
Fine, I guess. So not impressive enough to have you want to go out with her again.
Honestly, she was just, like, kind of annoying.
What?
She was annoying?
Yeah, like, she was, I mean, it was, like, an okay date. It's just, like, she's just kind of one of those annoying, like, fake people.
Fake?
Whoa.
Why was she fake?
Like, she was trying too hard, you know? Like, it was like she was put together and everything, but she was just, like, trying really hard and was kind of, like, annoying.
If she
Kind of annoying. So she didn't seem genuine to you.
Yeah, and also she had, like, a really annoying laugh.
We talked to her on the phone because we talk to the people when they want us to do one of these second date updates, and I didn't notice her having an annoying laugh.
Oh, I mean, I don't know what to say. Maybe, like, it's more annoying in person, or maybe she was, like, fake laughing with me. Either way, it was like, what is going on?
But if she was so annoying, why would you kiss her at the end of the date? I mean, that totally gives her the wrong impression.
I mean, don't get me wrong. She was a really pretty girl, so I wasn't really going to, pass up on a kiss with a pretty girl.
That makes sense. Yeah. That does make sense.
Right? Like, it was there, so I thought, all right, cool. But, kind of going forward, she's not really the girl for me. Like, she's kind of trying too hard and too put together. It just wasn't, like, good chemistry.
Okay, so you're not calling her back because she seemed fake and she has an annoying laugh.
Yeah, and she also wasn't that funny either.
Wow.
That's the worst. Somebody who has an annoying laugh and then can't crack a joke. Am I right?
Yeah, no, and I'm always looking for girls who have a really good sense of humor who can make me laugh, and so it was kind of like a disappointment.
So you know what? She did tell us that she's really busy and she doesn't date a lot. So maybe she was seeming fake, or you got that vibe from her because she doesn't go out very much and doesn't really know how to date.
Yeah, but like that's not that cool either.
All right. So you just didn't like her and you thought she was kind of annoying, if I'm going to just wrap it all up in a nutshell.
Yeah, like to be totally blunt.
See, we thought you weren't calling her back because you maybe got home and Googled her and found out that she was in pageants and stuff like that and thought they were stupid or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
She's in beauty pageants and stuff like that. You said she was pretty. She actually a former Miss America contestant.
She didn't say anything about it on the date.
Well, you know what? Would you like to talk to her?
Actually, maybe I should just text her and see what's up with that.
What?
You know what? You don't need to text her. You can actually talk to her right now because she's on the other line listening.
Hi.
Wait.
Yeah. Say hi to Chris.
Hey.
Hey, what's up?
Sorry I was so annoying on our date.
No, I don't think it was like that exactly. You know, I think it was maybe just like
No, you seem pretty clear about it.
I don't know. I think that's really a misunderstanding because honestly, you know, first dates can be kind of hard to read.
As somebody who's been in pageants, I know how to wind and answer your way pretty well, and you're doing a pretty bad job of it right now.
No. I think you just misunderstood what I was saying. I was just saying that, like, that we couldn't really connect for whatever reason. But I think that honestly, if we had another date, like, we could actually talk. And,
honestly.
I mean, didn't you actually hear me say that I wanted to text you again?
Yes, I did hear that after you found out that I was a beauty pageant girl.
That honestly has nothing to do with it.
Chris, you're being so obvious right now.
You're such an
You're telling me
ass.
you just had a change of heart out of the blue.
No, it's not like out of the blue. It just like made me rethink things about kind of who you are and what you're about. You know, that you could have more going on
No,
than I
I'm actually
realized.
really curious to know the answer to this. How does finding out that I'm a pageant girl make you reevaluate me as a person? I'm really curious what new insights it gave you.
Well, because it's cool because you can like you have to stand up in front of the audience. It takes a lot of bravery and it takes a lot of heart. And also, I'm sure you don't date a lot because of your busy schedule.
That's what they told you.
Chris, you're an idiot.
But I get it. There's a reason why maybe on a first date you wouldn't be totally comfortable.
You weren't concerned about that at all when you completely ignored me after our first date until you found out that I was a pageant girl.
I just feel like a lot of what I said earlier in the call was taken out of context.
Yeah. Like the annoying laugh. That can often get taken the wrong way.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that was like taken out of context in the moment of our first date. We didn't laugh as much as I wanted to, but I know you have to be funny in order.
Was there a quota that you were trying to fill?
I just like, I think that maybe we could laugh more.
Dude, if I were you, I'd be pissed. Are you pissed?
I'm feeling disappointed because I thought he was really attractive, and I thought we had maybe some prospects for the future, but apparently, I don't even know.
I think maybe we could have some prospects for the future, honestly.
I think you guys could too. Chris, would you like to go out on a second date with? We will pay for it.
Yes, I would.
Okay, yeah, I think you've made that very clear. Are you interested in going out with Chris again?
I'm going to be totally honest. If he had stuck to his guns about I was a kind of annoying on the date or whatnot, and like, let's give it another chance when I'm not as nervous, I totally would have gone out with you again. But the fact that you did such a 180 because of something to do with the way I look, that's just insulting to me.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Good for you.
All right, well, I mean, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Why are you being annoying right now?
Oh my God, what an ass.
All right, Chris, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Look, just so you know, I'm going to text you after this phone call, so please respond. Okay?
Yeah, right.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The good thing about today's second dater is that he knows he's not good at dating.
Well, hey.
The bad thing, he's not good at dating. We've got Clint on the phone with us. Clint, how are you?
I guess I'm all right. How are you guys?
I'm good. Now, your email said you know that you're not good at going out with girls.
That's okay.
It's fine. We deal with that a lot. What do you think the issue is?
My biggest problem is once I'm on a second or a third date and I've gotten to know them really well, I come out of my shell. But my first date, I'm always the quiet guy, or I'm like the super awkward guy who will drink like 14 glasses of water at dinner.
Right. And how many cups of coffee have you had this morning?
Right? Because you don't seem like the super quiet guy.
I'm on pod number 2 right now.
Okay. Now, you emailed us about a girl named Chloe, and you took her to your college?
Oh.
Well, so I was reading in this magazine that if you have a date that's in a really familiar place where you have a past or where you have a big connection to it, that it's easy to come out of your show because you just already have this wealth of things to talk about.
Okay.
I guess I could kind of see that, too. If it's a familiar place, you're kind of relaxed or whatever, and you know it, so you're not too uncomfortable.
But it's also not a lot of people's relaxed place is school.
Yeah.
Well, but also I think for me, too, is like my college has like this eco center and this like large outdoor garden and like these nature paths. And it's like, what a great way to spend like a nice Saturday afternoon outdoors in the sun.
How did you propose that to her? Like, you said, I want to come show you my college?
Well, no, I was just like, hey, it's such a pretty day. Do you want to spend some time outside? And she's like, oh, sure.
Okay.
And then in my mind, I already knew that we were coming there. I mean, I guess unless she said no, but thankfully she didn't, right? So,
Right.
Didn't think about that till now.
I think that's a great idea, Clint. I'm partial to educational dates, plus you get to be outside. Did she seem like she was into it the entire time?
I thought it went really well for once. Like, I thought the conversation was really easy, and I felt like I'm the person that I kind of think of myself as on second, third, and fourth dates, but on a first date scenario.
So it worked for you. You felt more relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Nice.
Awesome.
Okay.
That's good.
Your email mentioned a rose trick. What was that? What's that all about?
Oh.
Trick?
So, same thing in this magazine. It was like, just people sharing romantic things that had happened to them. And one of them was, I went to the date beforehand, hid a rose in a place where I knew we would end up. And then when I got back there, I was like, oh, what is this? And then you give her the rose.
Oh, Clint.
Do you feel like maybe... Okay, Lydia's shaking her head. Is that too cheesy, Lydia?
Well, I think the idea behind it is very sweet, but were you trying to pass it off like, hey, I didn't know this would be here?
Yeah, so we walk into the room, and the rose bear's like, oh, hey, what is this? And I give it to her, and then she kind of does the, like, did you put this there? And I just kind of played the, like, oh, we'll never know kind of coy card, I guess.
All right.
Coy, huh?
And how many times have you tried to get a hold of her since your date?
Maybe 4 times.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Now it's been 2 weeks, and it's like, okay, I'm pretty sure that I've done something wrong.
Okay. You want to know what? I think that maybe the date is just kind of strange, and the rose trick, a little too cheesy.
Yeah, but there's so many good intentions behind it. You were trying to be creative. I think that there's hope here.
Yeah, but you don't think maybe trying too hard? Like, I think it may have come off like you're trying too hard, Clint.
I mean, but like, I feel like all of my other dates have been just in really normal bar, restaurant settings, and it's just been misfire after misfire. And so for me, it was like, okay, let's just go wildly off the beaten path and try something else.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, all right?
Okay.
All right, hold on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Today's second dater, Clint, took a girl on a college date.
Oh.
I was thinking about if I took a girl to where I went to college, it would not be impressive. Hey, here's El Camino Community College in Torrance, California.
Hey.
I took like half a class here and then just quit.
For some people, though, it would just be walking them over to their desktop computer. So at least you got one up on them.
That's true, yeah. The University of Phoenix is where I went to college. This is my computer. You said, Clint, that you got the idea for the college date from reading a magazine that gave you dating advice and things like that. Do you think that maybe it just seemed too planned out? And
Possibly, absolutely possibly, but I just am so sick of like all of the other first dates that I've been on, like the drinking bar alternative, that I was just really eager for something maybe a little different, but also something that where I wouldn't feel like I was odd man out, you know?
Hey, Clint, you ever think about this? Maybe she's dumb. and she felt like you were rubbing it in that you went to school and she didn't.
I mean, I guess it's better than having wide set eyes. I'll take it.
Wide set eyes. All right, Clint.
Okay.
Here we go. We're going to call her right now, okay?
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Chloe, please?
This is her.
Hey, Chloe, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning on Moving 92.5.
Oh, my gosh.
How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Are you wondering why I'm calling?
Yeah.
I'm calling you because you recently went out on a date with one of our listeners.
Oh.
A guy named Clint who listens to our show. And Clint wanted us to call you.
I remember Clint.
Did you have fun on your date with Clint?
Yeah. Clint and I are probably not really meant for each other, but yeah.
Clint did tell us about your date a little bit, and from the sounds of it, it sounded kind of awkward to me. Like he took you back to his college and walked around there, and then he did like an awkward little, oh, look, I found a rose, and gave it to you.
I mean, he went through the trouble of like planting a rose, like on this walk that we were going to take.
So you liked that?
Yeah, it was a super romantic idea.
Okay.
I just felt weird, like a weird feeling throughout the date.
Like a general bad vibe, or?
Like, I realized it probably like an hour or so into the date. He just hadn't taken his eyes off me the entire time.
What?
Oh, really?
I don't know if you've ever really like been in a situation where someone is just not taking their eyes off of you, but
Welcome to every single conversation I ever have, Chloe. It's tough. Oh, I feel your pain. Did he just creep you out? Is that what you mean?
I don't think he's a creepy guy, but like he did kind of creep me out, like it got to the point where like I literally was trying to like throw his like gaze onto like another thing. Like there was this awesome building you could see kind of like over these like trees. I pointed at the building. I like looked at this awesome architecture, and he like awkwardly turned around so that like I would be in the building behind me.
What?
Like he wouldn't just like turn his head. I know it was just like really weird. He would not. There was never a moment when I was not in his eyesight.
So he was just staring at you the whole time. I think I know what the issue is, Chloe.
Yeah.
And I think there's only one real way to find out, and that's to ask Clint. Clint?
Hi.
Chloe, Clint is on the phone with us.
What?
Hi, Chloe.
Oh my God. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Clint, did you read in one of your little dating help magazines that you should always make intense eye contact?
Yeah.
Intense wasn't the word that they used. Considerate eye contact was one of the pointers.
Oh, no.
Do you realize you were just staring at Chloe the whole time?
It hadn't occurred to me, but I do remember moving to look at her and a building. So,
Chloe, I'm going to help Clint out here, okay? Clint is not very good at dating, and he talked to us about it. He read a bunch of articles and dating tips before he went out with you. That's where he came up with the college date. And the little rose trick and everything else because he wanted to do something special for you, but he doesn't really know how, and he finds himself being very awkward on dates. And even after all the help, still found himself being awkward on dates. So
come on.
that's probably where the eye contact came from.
Okay.
yeah. Well, the thing is, once people get to know me, I feel like I come out of my show and I'm really personable and I'm really engaging. I just I can't, I'll be on a date, and the entire time what I'm thinking is, well, what do you do with your hands? Or you could put them in your lap. Why don't you put them on the table? You should hold that glass. Maybe put that knife down. I should go to the bathroom. Do I tell her I'm going to the bathroom? Excuse yourself. Don't tell her where you're going, though. Oh, but then she won't know. Well, tell her where you're going. Well, don't tell her what you're doing.
Okay.
All right.
Glenn, slow down. You're kind of like actually an average woman on a date.
Yeah.
That's how many things we normally think about.
It's so sweet that you've taken the time to, research dating and read a magazine and, take all these helpful tips and stuff. Just the eye contact, it just, was so weird and kind of creeped me out and all of that. And, I mean, I would say, maybe just next time,
don't take so much advice from a magazine. If you just, be yourself in the future, I bet, a lot of girls are going to like you.
Just date people over the phone, Clint.
Yeah.
Like, honestly,
But I would say that I feel like if you were willing to go on a second date, I feel like now that we know each other a little better, it would probably be less awkward. Or I could, wear an eye patch.
Clint. Clint.
Sunglasses.
You dog, are you asking her out on a second date?
Uh-oh,
Look at you.
Hey, I bet you that's not in his magazine,
No.
okay?
Clint, you just did that on your own, buddy.
It's true. I did it, everybody.
Chloe.
Come on, Chloe.
Clint just asked you out. He manned up and did it. Would you go out on a second date with Clint? We will pay for it.
You know what? Yes, I will.
You will?
Hey, good.
Awesome, Clint.
Look at what you did, Clint.
It goes with Jubal's theory about you should just never read.
Yeah. Stop reading things, Clint. Congratulations, man. See, just a little bit of confidence. You relaxed, and you were able to actually ask her out. That's impressive.
Thanks. Thank you for helping us out. Me out. Us out. I don't know. More words.
Yeah. Chloe, are you excited to go out with Clint again now that you know the eye contact thing was just something that he read?
Just kind of being yourself is sort of the key thing, and kind of being able to really just kind of go with whatever's happening.
So you hear that, Clint? Chloe's just saying, be yourself, man. Don't try too hard.
Yeah.
In the meantime, go ahead and Google, how do I be myself? Before your date.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Be still, my heart.
Napa know-how.
At Napa, we've stopped thinking outside the box. Instead, we're thinking inside the bucket. The $2.99 Napa bucket, to be exact. When you fill those bad boys with auto parts, you can get 20% off 3 or more items that fit inside. No overthinking required. Just get your bucket, fill it up, and save 20%. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores, exclusions apply. May not be combined with other offers. Offer ends 7/31/20.
92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
A listener named Tiffany is on the phone for a second date update today, and her email was interesting. She said she wanted us to call this dude back, and she described him as boring.
What?
So I don't know why she wants a second date, but I guess we'll find out.
Okay.
Tiffany, how are you?
Hey, I'm good.
So, how about this boring guy? What's his name?
Well, Mike's his name, but I didn't mean boring. Cute boring, like a little old-fashioned, a little quiet.
Cute boring.
I'm
Okay.
actually hearing stable is what I'm hearing. Is that what you mean, Tiffany?
Well, he's very different than any other guy I've gone out with, so maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what stable looks like, but
Yeah.
it sounds fun.
All right, so where did you meet Mr. Boring?
I met Mike at a networking event.
Oh, that
Okay.
is boring. Good point. Did he approach you or you him?
It was a big gathering in a hotel, and I honestly don't even remember if he introduced himself first or I did.
Okay. So it's kind of one of those things where everybody's talking to everybody.
Exactly.
So what set him apart from the crowd? The fact that he was more boring than everybody else?
Right.
Like, what made you notice him?
Well, I mean, he's good looking, but he also just had a different vibe, confident, kind of focused on his career. Not like other guys that I've dated, who are just for lack of a better word, gamer boys,
Right.
Oh,
okay.
Right. So he sounds sexy, if you ask me.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely thought he's good looking. Obviously I was interested. We exchanged numbers.
And did he know that it was, since you're at a networking event, it may have gotten lost in translation that you liked him in a different way.
Well, we texted and called a bit before the date, and there was some pretty obvious flirting going on.
Okay.
So you think that he realized that you weren't trying to get together to talk about real estate or something?
Yeah, unless he's very thick.
Okay. So what did you guys do when you actually went out?
Well, we met at a park.
That's
Okay.
random.
Boring.
Wow.
For sure.
Why a park?
He actually had lunch reservations that he had made, but I didn't know about that. And I had just been to brunch with my friends, having some mimosas.
Oh.
So we ended up walking around instead because I had just eaten.
Oh, okay. That's kind of a letdown, honestly, if I'm him and I'm like, I plan for lunch and then you show up, you're like, I already ate. Let's do something else.
Well, he didn't tell me, and he was actually really cool about it. He just grabbed something in a coffee shop. We walked around. It was really nice, actually. We went into an art studio, some little boutiques, and this super cute old bookstore.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Still sounds boring.
Yeah, it sounds super boring to me.
Sorry.
I mean, it was a little boring, but it was him boring. It's like the old bookstore. It was like him. It's cute. It's quaint, smells like leather.
Old people.
Yeah.
I love it. Did you guys
I like
have,
your
what
description.
was a big moment where you connected?
Well, we have a lot in common. We joked and stuff, and I'm a little embarrassed to tell you this, but I did actually try to kiss him at the bookstore, and he said no.
Oh, no.
But he said it was because, other people were watching, and he felt awkward about people watching him.
Whoa, but
Okay,
still
so he-
saying no
Yeah.
is... Yikes.
He turned down your kiss.
I don't know. I think that's kind of understandable. It's broad daylight. You're sober in a bookstore.
Come on.
I'm not making out with people in that situation either.
Well, he was sober. I was mostly sober.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
okay,
right.
so you were kind of drunk. So maybe that was it. Maybe the kiss you were going in for wasn't like a normal peck on the lips. You were kind of drunk and let's get down right here in the bookstore.
I don't know. I thought I had it pretty well under control, but I could be wrong.
Okay. So did you guys end up kissing later on?
We didn't. We got to a point where he said he had to go. He said he had dinner with his mom. And, I made a cute joke about it. Wow, it's kind of fast for me to be meeting your mom already. And he laughed. He thought it was funny. So I thought that was good. So we definitely ended on, a good note.
Okay.
So what's happened since?
Since I've texted him a few times and haven't heard back.
Okay. So what do you think could have happened?
I don't know. The only thing I can think is that, maybe I was a little tipsier than I thought I was, and he noticed it, and that was a bit of a turnoff.
Okay. So I felt like he was walking his drunk friend around town for a little while.
Listen, it's not like he was force-feeding me water and bread or something.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. You were totally hammered at least.
But yeah, that's the only thing I can really think of. Otherwise, it seemed like we had a good time.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll play a song and then come back and call him and get your second date update. All right?
Awesome. Thank you.
Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Right in the middle of a second date update, and if you're just joining us, Tiffany is on the phone, and there were a lot of but not that's on Tiffany's first date with a dude named Mike. She showed up drunk, but not that drunk. He was boring, but not that boring.
True.
The date was good, but not that good. I don't think. Anyway, if you're just joining us, Tiffany went out with a dude named Mike. She met him at a mixer, and then they went out for a date. He actually made lunch reservations, but she had gone to brunch with her friends before that, so she'd already eaten, was kind of tipsy. So they had to change plans and ended up just kind of walking around and going to stores while he ate a sandwich that he got from a coffee shop. But she says that she really enjoyed it, and he was boring, but in a cute way.
Cute boring.
And she really wants to go out with him again, but he's not calling her back.
Do you have any theories on why he's not calling you back?
I mean, like I said, my guess is it was because I was a little tipsy and it turned him off or something.
Yeah.
But you weren't full on drunk, right?
No.
Okay.
Trust me, if I was drunk, you would definitely know it.
I believe that.
And
Yeah.
let's not forget, she did try to kiss him in a bookstore.
Oh, that's right.
And he actually turned her down and said no because he thought there were too many people watching. Sorry to remind you of that, Tiff.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, no problem. All right, I'm going to dial his phone number right now. Here we go.
Hello,
Hi, may I speak to Mike, please?
this is he.
Mike, how are you, man? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm good. Where are you calling from again?
Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of it?
Don't kill me, but no.
Okay.
Sorry.
Also, before we get into this, I would like to compliment you on your deep voice, sir.
I was thinking
Very nice
that.
voice.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
We're in a
problem.
voice industry.
Yeah.
It's very satisfactory, though. Like,
yeah.
satisfying is what I mean. It's very satisfying.
Okay. Did I win something?
No, I'm calling you today, Mike, because we do a segment on this show called the Second Date Update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not calling them back after, they can email us to get you on the phone to try to figure out what happened.
Okay.
Yeah, have you gone out on a date with anybody that you can think of that might want to call you, like that you haven't been getting back to?
Now that I think of it, potentially, is this, oh my God, Tiffany?
Yes, congratulations, you got it right.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Sounds like you've been trying to forget Tiffany.
Tiffany emailed us and told us a little bit about your date. She also
Right.
said that you're not texting or calling her back, and she wants to know why.
Well, I mean, is this on the radio?
It will be, yeah.
Why are you going to say something inappropriate or mean? Like, it sounds
No,
like your date was pretty tame.
Yeah, no, it was tame. I mean, the whole thing was kind of weird in that I didn't realize it at first when I had met her, but there's like a big age difference.
What do you like? What's the age difference?
Well, when I had first met her, I thought she was older.
Okay.
I mean, she looks like she's in her mid-30s, actually, but...
What?
Hello?
Yeah, so keep going.
But how old is she?
I think she's like 26. She's in her mid-20s, which would make me like almost 30 years older than her.
Whoa!
Oh, wow.
Holy hell, that's
Yeah.
a big age difference.
You have a deep voice, an old man voice.
And that's why you do lunch and not brunch. That makes sense now.
You know, that's why most of my dates are over the phone, I guess. I mean, I get good phone.
Okay, didn't, yeah.
What?
I don't even get that.
It's a
good
dad
though. It's
joke
good though,
or
man.
something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so you thought she was in her 30s, but she's in her 20s.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. And did you bring that up at all, or did you just kind of dismiss it as like, let's just get through this and I'll be done with it?
I just kind of knew it just wasn't worth getting into. I mean, she's very nice. She's fun. She's peppy. A lot of energy.
She'd be great friends with my daughter.
Yeah, I mean, that was the main thing. But it also seemed like she was looking for like financial support. You know, like that.
Oh my God.
Stop that.
That was
yeah,
me.
Sorry.
Sorry.
No, yeah, no, don't worry about it.
Why did you think that? Did she know that you were so much older?
Well, I don't know what she thought I was, but I mean, I mentioned that I was retiring, and she actually got excited.
She got excited about you retiring, so she definitely, yeah.
Yeah, like she's like, so where would you take me? You know, like that kind of thing.
Okay.
You know, so I just it kind of seemed like it wasn't really going all for the right reasons, kind of thing. So
So you think she was just looking for a sugar daddy?
yeah, I mean, that's kind of what it seemed like.
Okay.
Okay, do I get to talk now? Do I get to chime in?
I think you've been trying.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to let you know that Tiffany's on the other line and wants to talk to you.
What?
She's been listening to the whole thing. She's been trying to chime in, too. Tiffany, you're not doing very good at being quiet.
I'm sorry, but come on. He thought I was in my mid-30s? What? How?
Look, Tiffany, I don't know if it was the lighting in the conference room or what, but, I mean, you're very attractive. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, attractive for an older lady, I guess.
Oh my God, Tiffany, is that the
not
point
that bad.
you're really upset about? Shouldn't you be more upset about him thinking you want a sugar daddy?
And 30s is young.
Listen, maybe he misinterpreted what I was saying. I was just talking about how, it's challenging that, my parents aren't helping me anymore. I'm just, transitioning out of that and that sort of stuff.
Well, no, I mean, you mentioned that your dad cut you off, you couldn't pay rent, and I don't know, it just kind of seemed like you were looking at me for the money kind of thing.
So what, you think I'm some kind of gold digger? That's what you think?
Well, no, I'm just wondering, I mean, what would a beautiful 26-year-old like you be interested in a guy like me for?
Maybe it's because, Mike, I'm sick of messing with the immature man boys that are my own age, and I'm interested in trying it out with someone who has some more maturity.
Yeah. Someone of retirement age.
Tiffany, I appreciate that, but I'm a lot older than you.
Mike, stop being so hard on yourself. You are not that old.
I don't think he's making it sound like a negative thing. It's just a fact.
Right, it's just a fact. I am that old, Tiffany.
No, I mean, you're useful, you're young at heart, you joke, no one would look at you and think you're your age.
No, Tiffany, I think that people would just look at me and know that I'm that age. And I'm fine with it. I'm totally fine with it. I mean, how weird would it be for my family, my friends, your family? I mean...
Right.
I don't know. Mike, age is just a number. It's 21st century. That's not what's important to me.
Well, I've accepted my age, and I think that you might have to do.
Well, you know what? You shouldn't. You're young. It's not like you have one foot in the grave, Mike. Why are you talking like
You
this?
shouldn't accept your age. Don't accept your age, Mike.
I mean, I used to think that way as well. I mean, I don't anymore. I don't have to anymore. I'm fine with where I am. But you kept mentioning money and vacations and paying for stuff, and I'm not supposed to have to pay your rent, you know?
That's just like normal boyfriend stuff.
No, it's not.
I don't think paying your rent is normal boyfriend stuff.
Tiffany, that's normal life stuff that you do for yourself.
I mean, my last boyfriend helped me with the rent.
Oh my God, how much older was he?
Like, at my age, like 2 years older.
Oh, okay.
Let me ask you a question. What if I couldn't afford to pay the rent for you? I mean, let's just suppose, you know.
What do you mean? Like, that's not the situation.
What if I made $40,000 a year and I couldn't pay for your rent? What would I mean?
But you don't make $40,000 a year.
That's
not the point. I'm saying, would you still like me if I wasn't able to do that? Really?
Listen, that's not the situation. So, like, I don't know why we're talking in hypotheticals.
Oh my
Yeah.
God,
Oh my
Tiffany.
Guys, this has been fun.
All right, well, hold up. Don't go just yet, man. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, Mike. Would you like to go out on a second date with Tiffany? We'll pay for it.
Listen, best of luck. I wish you the best. You're a great girl, but I'm gonna decline.
Well, Mike, you know, I thought that, you know, you were a more open person than that. I thought that, you know, I gave you the benefit of the doubt, being a little boring and whatnot. I thought, you know, just in time, maybe you'd open up. It's a generational thing.
It's a generational thing, being boring.
And that's just really disappointing. So I guess I read you wrong.
I understand.
All right. Thank you, Mike. Tiffany, I'm sorry you didn't get a second date.
Well, you know what? If anyone knows anyone who's quote-unquote age-appropriate and not a gamer man boy,
Right.
let me know.
Someone more your age? Someone in their 30s?
I'm not in my 30s.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Napa know-how.
At Napa Auto Parts stores and Napa Auto Care centers, get a $25 prepaid Visa card when you get any Napa Automotive battery. It's the best deal for some of the best batteries from some of the best car people around. But we might be a little partial. Anywho, pick up any Napa Automotive battery and save $25. Do it yourself or have it done for you. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores and Napa Auto Care centers while supplies last. Offer ends 8/31/20.
If you're just tuning in for the second date, Elise is on the phone with us, and she wants to call a guy named Ryan. They were hooked up through friends, went out to dinner. I should also mention that she's recently out of a relationship, and she is definitely over her ex. As a matter of fact, while she sits there about to make the phone call to find out why this guy isn't calling her back, she's looking at a picture of her ex-boyfriend, wishing things would be different. Am I right, Elise?
No, you are not correct.
Elise thinks that the reason this guy isn't calling her back is maybe when she was sharing how she just got out of a relationship, it could have seemed like she wasn't really over her ex yet. And we know that she actually is not over her ex yet.
Well, and that's okay, Elise.
I am as over my ex as I can be at this point.
There you go.
Guys.
So you're kind of over your ex.
I'm interested in Ryan.
Okay.
So there's that.
All
Which
right.
is the first step in recovery, really. I mean, finding someone else to get interested in, for sure.
Well, I'm going to dial the phone number, get him on the phone, and find out why he's not calling you back, okay?
Okay.
Here we go. If not, then we'll just call your ex after.
Hello?
Hi, I'm looking for Ryan.
Yeah, that's me.
Hey, Ryan, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
From what?
Brooke and Jubal in the Morning? It's a radio show?
Don't really know what that is, but okay.
Well, it's a morning radio show.
Okay, great.
All right. And I'm calling you today because one of our listeners asked me to see if I could get a hold of you.
What?
Yeah. You recently went out on a date with a girl named Elise.
What?
Yeah. Elise emailed us and told us that she really enjoyed going out with you and then is wondering why
Okay,
you're...
Wait.
Mhm.
What? So this is like a radio show, and this girl, oh, yes, I know who you're talking about. She called you?
Well, she emailed us because apparently you're not responding to any of her text messages or phone calls.
Yeah, no kidding, I'm not. But, This is just weird. Okay.
I understand it's kind of weird. It's a segment that we do on our show called The Second Date. Do you mind telling us why you're not calling her back?
It was just a frustrating experience. That's all I can really say.
Okay, what was so frustrating about it?
All I can say is we're not really compatible, okay?
Why wouldn't you just tell her that then if it was that easy?
Okay, listen, it was just a very frustrating experience. I really don't want to revisit it.
Okay, but can you give us a little bit of why it was frustrating so that at least we can shed some light on it for her?
She just made a comment that really pissed me off.
What was it?
She just said something that was like totally inappropriate, and it was pretty offensive.
Did she mean to be offensive, or was she just saying something that was totally ignorant?
No, it seemed pretty intentional. It was pretty cold and calculated, if you ask me.
Wow, she didn't seem that rude. We talked to her a little bit about your date. She didn't seem like somebody who would be rude.
Yeah, well, listen, I was surprised too. Like initially, I thought she seemed like a nice person, and then she like threw this thing at me, and I was like, "Wow, okay, wow, not who I thought you were."
You got to tell me what it is.
She's just a hater, and I don't want to deal with people like that.
Oh my God! What did she do? Was she rude to the waitstaff or something?
No, so like we were having a conversation during dinner, okay, and I told her that I like to cook. I cook a lot. And I told her that I particularly am very, very fond of the Barefoot Contessa, Ina Garten. Like I've seen all of her shows. I have all of her cookbooks.
Is that a cooking show?
Are you kidding me? Is this a radio show? Give me a break. I mean,
this is barely a radio show. I don't watch the Food Network or is it on the Food? I don't even know where that is. I've never heard of it.
It's on of course it's on the Food Network. Ina Garten, the Barefoot Contessa. She's in the Hamptons. She's cooking meals for like Spielberg and stuff. Hello.
Sorry, I didn't know who she was. Maybe I'll check it out sometime. I'm from the sounds of it, I'm sure I'll like it.
Yeah, it'll change your life.
Okay.
I think she's like the most amazing woman that's ever lived.
Wow.
And Elise responded in an extremely rude way. It was incredibly disrespectful.
What did she say to you?
First of all, she laughed at me. She like dropped her fork and openly laughed. Like everyone in the restaurant turned and looked. She was just laughing her face off at me.
Because you like the Barefoot Contessa.
Because I like the Barefoot Contessa, apparently. That's hilarious. I don't know. So, but then she says in a really loud voice, she goes, "That lady, she's the worst." And I was like, speechless. I could not. I was like, what?
What? So
I'm
she
confused.
said that she didn't like the Barefoot Contessa, and
yes, she said she did not like the Barefoot Contessa. Not only that she didn't like her, she said she was the worst. And then she went even further. She said she is so fake. Her show is so boring, and oh my God, okay, and her recipes are like so simple, they're for like a middle school cafeteria. And I was like, oh, you have got to be kidding me, lady. You have got to be kidding me.
you're that into cooking.
This is bigger than food. This is, yeah, the food's amazing. This is about this woman, this incredible soul, okay? And to disrespect her like that, I don't think so. Not on my watch. I was like, you go for the Barefoot Contessa, you're coming for me.
Are you joking?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Maybe you didn't hear me. She said she's the worst. It's like she insulted not only Ina Garten, but she insulted me. I mean, like she just sort of said, what I believe in, the thing that I care about the most, is a joke. I'm like, you know what, lady? I'm going to toss this table over and walk out because that is some bullshit.
Then why did... This is so crazy to me. That would have been great.
Well, don't you wish that you could tell Elise off a little bit then? I mean, and let her know.
No, I don't want to have anything to do with her again. That bitch is dead to me. Okay?
Okay. All right. Well, I should probably not tell you this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Elise is actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
What?
Yeah.
Ryan?
Wow, this is just getting better and better. This is amazing.
I am like, I don't even know what to say.
Yeah.
Well, you certainly knew what to say the other night about the Barefoot Contessa. That was pretty clear.
I have no idea that I offended you, and I'm so sorry. I can't believe that you're so worked up over this. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you had said something to me about something that you care about a great deal, and I laughed at it and threw it back in your face. You wouldn't have been offended by that. You got to be. I mean, but I yes, she's not my favorite, but I don't. It's not like I said.
I hate her. She's the worst. She should, jump off a cliff or like. I just said I prefer the show with Giada, and I like.
Oh my God, that was like a stake through my heart. It was like a stake through my heart when you said that. Whoa. You want to talk? You think Ina is fake? That is fake. I mean, that is like you open up the dictionary, the word fake, and there's a picture of Giada. That's all I know.
Shots fired over Cooking Network personalities.
She's not really Italian. She's from Long Island or something. I mean, come on. And then she does like, the Italian accent when she says Italian words, and then the rest of the time she has no accent. It makes me want to puke. I'm just like, it's disgusting. That is like capital F fake.
Okay.
I don't understand. You just went silent, and then we moved on with the conversation. But we could have talked more about it if you were so upset. I didn't. I just don't understand. I don't think I said anything that was so horrible. I just said,
oh my,
I don't.
Stop saying that. Please stop saying that. I mean, I can't even. Who would say anything like that about the Barefoot Contessa?
Ryan,
who would ever say something like that?
People disagree on things every day.
This isn't a disagreement, okay? This is about the thing that I care about the most in my life, and you just pissed all over it. You were just like, oh, what a waste of time. What a loser you are. Well, thanks a lot, lady. Thanks.
Right, don't you think that maybe it's unhealthy to like the Barefoot Contessa that much?
I don't even want to talk about this anymore. This is exhausting. I'm surprised that this whole time we've been on the phone, Elise has not actually apologized to me.
Elise, do you want to apologize?
Well, I am very sorry that I offended you.
Do not apologize.
I'm not going to apologize for feeling the way that I feel or having a conversation and disagreeing with you. But
it wasn't a disagreement. It was a full-on attack. It was an attack.
My goodness.
And if you think it was anything less than that, then you're insane.
Oh, my gosh.
At this point, I would love to ask you guys if you will go out on a second date. We will pay for it,
You
right?
have got to be kidding me.
Maybe you just need some more time together to talk about your favorite cooking shows and the Barefoot Contessa and get on the same page.
Guys, I think I'm okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. I don't want to see her ever again, period.
All right.
Oh, okay.
I did not see this turn of events happening. But Ryan, thank you for your time, and I'm sorry you had to endure Elise and her hatred of the Barefoot Contessa.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
Yeah. Elise?
Wow.
Well, thanks for clearing that up for me, guys.
No problem. Hey, welcome back to single life.
Oh, man, sweetheart.
I can't wait to see what nut job I'm going to get set up with next.
Yeah. There's a lot of pressure when you go out on a date with somebody that was set up by friends, because you know the same people and you can't go back to those people after and be like, yeah, the date was okay, but now that person's gone. I don't know where they went. They just sort of disappeared.
No, you can't do that.
Because they know them, so it's like, I don't know. There's been like news reports. They've been missing for like 7 to 10 days since our date. I don't know. It's kind of strange. So the rule is don't go out on a date that was set up by friends and then have that person just kind of disappear. If that's what you're planning on doing, make sure that person doesn't have friends.
Wow.
Right, that's just a little bit of a helpful hint for you.
Wow.
And before we get into the second date, is that what happened to you, Elise?
Well, no. I mean, I haven't heard from him, but there's no police report or anything.
Because your email said that you haven't heard from him, and I figured something happened, like it was your plan to have that happen, and you're just trying to play things off. So you didn't make him disappear.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, she sounds pretty cold-blooded,
Yeah,
so
you
it is
do.
kind of shocking that wasn't the case.
All right, so your email said that you were set up with this guy through friends.
Yeah, so I am recently single. My boyfriend of just over a year broke up with me a couple of months ago, and so I was like not really sure, if I wanted to go out with someone new. So it took a little bit of convincing, but I finally was like, okay, I'll meet him, because they kept playing him up and saying that he was really great. So we met up for dinner, and he was really great. He was a gentleman. We had lots to talk about. There was never a weird breaking conversation.
What kind of things did you talk about?
Just sort of like music. We talked about TV shows that we watch.
I think I know why he's not calling you back. It sounds like a really boring date.
No, it wasn't.
So do you like TV? Yeah.
No, it really was fun, but I was just like a little nervous, like more nervous than I thought I was going to be.
Were you just nervous because you hadn't been on a date in so long, or because you had really built this guy up in your head?
Just because I hadn't been on a date and I hadn't been out with anyone except my ex in so long. But he was really great. Like, everything that I could have wished for in a guy.
Did you point out the whole time how much different he was than your ex? That's always a good move on a first date.
I said to him, like, in the middle of the date, like, I was just thinking that I hadn't been on a date since I was with my ex. So, like, I said that to him just because it was on my mind. And he was just like, oh, yeah, I heard, our friends told me that you would, just broken up with someone. And then I was like, but I'm over it, so it's fine.
See, the secret is you need to do that while crying. So they seem vulnerable. Let the guy in a little bit.
Oh, you think so? I should have done that.
Yeah, crying and then talking about how all men are evil and they'll break your heart. That's what you should have said to him.
Next time we go out, I'll tell him.
So how did he react after you brought up your ex? Was that a weird moment, or was it something that was glossed over?
I mean, I don't think it was that weird. Like, we talked about it for a little while, and he listened to what I had to say, and then at the end of the night, he gave me a hug, and I said, like, it was really fun, and I hope we can do it again. And he was like, yeah, absolutely.
That sounds positive.
Yeah. You would think, right?
Right.
Now it's been like 10 days, and I haven't heard from him. Like, I text him, but I haven't heard back, and I don't know what's going on.
What have your friends said about it?
They basically just said, like, he's kind of acting weird, and, like, he's not really talking about it.
Whoa.
So
Did you get that feeling, like they're lying to you?
I don't know. I mean, I want to think that my friends wouldn't lie to me, and, I mean, I would just rather know, like, if you're not interested. But I don't get it, because he was interested. Like, it was a good date.
So do you have any theories then? Why do you think that he's not calling you back?
Maybe he's seeing someone else, and he just doesn't want to tell me. But, like, I would like to know, don't just ghost on me. That's weird. Yeah.
And are you really over your ex?
Yeah, I mean, it's done. I mean, it's over with me and my ex.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. Doesn't sound like it.
Yeah. He was very clear about that.
Okay, he was clear about that, but is it over in your head?
I mean, I can't be with someone who doesn't want to be with me.
Okay, so you would actually prefer to be with your ex if you could.
But I can't.
All right. Well, maybe this guy picked up on that. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he did, but I would love to know what happened and what's going on.
All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date then, okay?
Okay, great.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
I feel like I start a lot of second date updates off this way, but when you're going to joke with a date, it's all about timing and appropriateness. For example, if you're out on a date and the girl's like, oh, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather today, probably a bad time to go, well, I'm a gynecologist. I could help you out later after we eat.
Oh my God, that's so gross, and it's been said before. Oh no, that's the sad part.
I have no idea. But Kurt thinks that a bad joke might have ruined his chances at a second date with a girl named Angie. What's up, Kurt? How are you?
Hey, very good, guys. How are you?
God, was your joke as bad as the one Jubal just said?
Timing-wise, probably a little bit worse.
Oh my God! Man. What did you say?
We'll get to that in just a second. First, tell us about Angie. Where'd you meet her?
So we actually met on Bumble.
Okay.
Nice.
That means she chose you.
She did.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like guys would go in with a lot more confidence knowing that they've been picked first, right?
Absolutely. That's way different than Tinder.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and that's probably contributed to the poor choice of joking. I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you got too comfortable too quick.
Too comfortable too quick.
Before you tell us about the joke, tell us about the start of the evening with her. How was everything?
It was just kind of weird right off the bat, because online we were texting each other back and forth, just a lot of joking mostly. Then on like the day of the date, when I picked her up, she just kind of just didn't seem like she was in a good mood at first.
Okay, so you started off thinking like, ooh, maybe something else happened. She's not feeling this.
Yeah, like, obviously we had never been out or anything. I didn't really know her that well, so this may have just been how she acted all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, I asked her a few times, like, if she was okay, and she just never seemed like she wanted to talk about it.
Okay.
Okay.
So what'd you guys do?
We went to dinner.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
Did she open up more at dinner or still kind of the same?
She was still pretty much the same. Towards the end of dinner, though, was when she kind of, like, let me know what was going on.
What was going on?
So it was really sad. Like, her grandmother actually passed away, within a week of us going out, yeah.
Oh, that
So
sucks.
she's probably not getting a big settlement, so she was upset.
What? No, Jubal. Oh my God. She obviously really liked you if she thought like, man, I still want to go on this date.
Maybe this'll cheer me up.
Exactly. Maybe this is the silver lining that I need this week.
Did she mention anything about the settlement?
No, Jubal.
Yeah, there was no talk of, like, any settlement or, like, a will or anything, thank God.
Yeah, I would hope not.
But that's a real bummer. How did you respond when she told you that?
Well, I mean, this is kind of where I think I messed up. So my grandfather had actually passed away a couple months before. And, I was kind of telling her, like, I totally understand. I was like, my grandfather actually passed away recently. And obviously it's, really tough. I was like, but maybe we could get my grandmother, who is still alive, to hang out with your grandfather, who's still alive.
So you took the opportunity to try to hook up your grandparents. And how did she take that?
Well, she didn't really say anything at first, and then, she kind of started to, like, look around, so I quickly let her know, like, hey, I'm just joking. I'm just, trying to make you feel a little bit better. And, yeah, that was pretty much the end of the funness of the date.
Especially because, jokes are supposed to be funny, and that's not even really funny.
Yeah, I know. It was really bad timing on my part. And I wasn't thinking. I was just trying to make the situation a little bit better.
Yeah.
But I could see, if you apologize, that she should understand.
I don't know, Kurt. I thought it was hilarious. So.
Yeah.
So how did everything end then after that?
Well, pretty much it ended very shortly after that joke.
Whoa.
She was like, she just said she was kind of ready to go back to her house. And I took her back. I didn't try making any moves or
That's good.
I didn't try, obviously, kissing her or anything. I wanted to stay respectful, because I really did like her outside of that crappy joke that I made. She was really nice.
Have you talked to her at all since?
No, I haven't. She hasn't called me back.
Okay. I just feel like, people say awkward things in awkward moments on a date. I feel like what you said, though not funny, forgivable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I was trying to be lighthearted about it, but it obviously was maybe a little too soon.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. Yeah, she hasn't called me back, and it's kind of like surprising too because usually girls call me back. Like I'm kind of like a part-time model, so even if girls don't like me, they generally will reach back out to hook up or something.
Because you're attractive.
You're hot, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
We know.
At the very least, we can get her on the phone and see if you can apologize for your joke and try to get a second date.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully she's down to go back out with me. Like I said, I really liked her, and I felt like we connected. I just, I made a joke.
Okay. Well, we'll play a song and then come back and get your second date update, all right?
All right, guys.
Okay, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Today's second date update brings up a very important question. What is the timeline on how soon you can joke about somebody's dead grandparent? I think we got to figure it out. I think we should do it by maybe the age that they were when they died. Like if they were 80, got to wait 80 days before you make a joke.
It's not actually a bad rule of thumb.
Yeah, or maybe just don't joke around people's dead ancestors.
But I also
Well,
feel
how
like
do you not, Jose? You have to at least throw a joke or two in there. Just got to make sure the timing is right. And Kurt, who's on the phone for a second date update right now, his timing was definitely not right. He went out with a girl named Angie. They went out to dinner. She was kind of a little down the whole time. And then she shared with him that she was feeling down because her grandmother had passed away recently. And then Kurt decided to make her feel better with a joke saying, hey, my grandpa passed away recently. We should totally hook our grandparents up. Now they're single. And she didn't find it very funny. And then the date ended very shortly after that. So we're about to give her a call. And Kurt, one thing we should do in this phone call is find out how old her grandma was, so we know when the appropriate time to make that joke is.
Oh.
Don't you think?
That sounds good.
No,
Okay.
you guys, stop bringing up the dead grandma. I mean, I think that this is your chance to like apologize and maybe say what you should have said when she said that. You've had time to think about it. Do you know what your appropriate response would have been after she said her grandma kicked the bucket?
I would have just said, I'm really sorry to hear that. You know, if there's anything I could do, let me know, and then maybe change the subject.
See,
That's so good. God, hindsight is 20/20, isn't it?
It's a much better option. All right, well, I'm going to dial her phone number right now and see if we can figure out why she's not calling you back, okay?
Sounds good.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is this Angie?
Yeah, who's this?
Hey, what's up, Angie? How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show.
Oh, I'm fine. How are you?
Not bad. It sounds like you might be familiar with the show.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard it before.
Cool.
Thank you.
Nice. You ever heard a second date update before?
Yes, I have.
Okay, wonderful. Then
This is
you
going to
might
go.
be excited to know that's why we're calling today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
That wasn't a very excited. Uh-oh.
Okay, what's going on?
Have you been out on a lot of dates recently?
Not a lot.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Have you been out on a date with a dude named Kurt?
Yes, I did go out with him.
Cool. Any guess on who might be calling for a second date update?
You just said
You
it.
kind of told her.
Well, I guess it's him, but that's kind of weird.
Why is
It's-
it weird?
It's weird.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not interested in going out with him.
Yeah, I mean, he got that because you haven't called him back. Remember, the point of the
Well-
second date update is find out why.
Yeah, but I guess he really didn't get it because he actually called you guys, which is weird.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah,
you're saying that
yeah.
it should be obvious why you're not
Yeah.
calling him back.
Yeah, I think so. I
Okay.
guess it's not though.
Really?
Is it the joke about your grandmother?
Oh, he actually told you that? Yeah, that was really I didn't appreciate that at all, but that's not the whole reason.
Yeah, he did tell us about that. He told us that he feels bad actually about making a poorly timed joke when you shared that your grandmother had just passed away. So he does feel bad about that, but it's more to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that like the worst part was that he was going on and on about the fact that he's a male model. It was like very uncomfortable for me, and he kept like making all these faces like this is my relaxed face and this is my
Stop it.
seductive face and
Oh
this
my
is my
God.
evening romantic face. Who does that?
Are you serious? He mentioned that it was weird you weren't calling him back because girls always call him back because he's a model.
Yeah.
Oh, please. So doesn't that give you an idea of like how gross he is?
Oh.
Wait, when did he start doing faces at the table?
Like really early on in the date, like he seemed like he was trying to impress me. You know, if there was a mirror behind me in the booth, I bet you he would have just been looking at his reflection the whole time. Yeah, this dude is like, here's me, here's the world, and here's all my faces. And I was like, oh, come on.
Wow.
I wasn't in
Wait.
a really good mood, you know. I mean, I just wanted to go out and have some fun. I'm sad about my grandma, and this guy is just, ew, he just made it worse.
I'm surprised he didn't take that opportunity to show you his sad look. Too.
You know, he may have. He showed me a lot of looks, the whole gamut.
What did you say
That's
to
weird.
him?
I mean, I didn't know what to say because, I mean, he just thought that he was so entertaining. And, I mean, I sort of tried to get the point across that I wasn't really into seeing all these faces, and I just kind of wanted some nice company and, you know, but I guess he didn't get it.
Okay, so long before the dead grandma joke, you were over this guy.
Yeah, I mean, that sure didn't help matters, but it's not the kind of guy that I want to hang out with, no.
Yeah.
Well, Angie, thank you for being honest with us. Also, I want to let you know that I haven't been fully honest with you.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean that Kurt is actually on the other line listening to this and wants to talk to you.
Oh.
Hey, Angie.
Oh my God, you're on the phone. Great.
Yes, I'm on the phone. And first of all, I know you're trying to bash male modeling, but it's, really insensitive. And, I was just trying to show you, kind of like my talents and hoping that you would show me your talents, but you don't really have any. So.
Oh, damn.
Whoa! Somebody got their feelings hurt, Kurt.
I mean, maybe I don't care that much about your talents right now. I have other things going on in my life. I just wanted someone normal to hang out with, but that's not you.
Oh, wow.
I cannot believe you didn't come in with an apology, Kurt. Like, oh my God, I was nervous. I'm sorry.
See how he
Well,
is?
I mean, why am I going to apologize if, like, everybody in the station, including yourself, is, like, making fun of what I do? Like, that doesn't make any sense. I'm not going to apologize for anything.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I know that you think your modeling is really great, so why do you care what anyone thinks of it? And like I said, I have other things going on right now, so I'm not so interested in your bragging about your talents. I was just trying to have a good time.
Kurt, I don't think you get it. Like, nobody's making fun of your career. They're making fun of you being so self-absorbed.
Well, I mean, whatever, like, however you want to spin it, that's, like, on you. But I was just trying to be outgoing, trying to show, like, a little bit more of my personality on the date, but it's being spun around. Like, I'm just sitting here with, like, some self-indulged guy on a date, and that's not who I am. That's not what I do. And
That's what it sounds like. I mean, how many faces did you show her?
for your information, I actually have 15 to 20 different faces that have all made me over $1,000.
Whoa, that's good. I wish I could get paid for my face, Kurt. I do think that's a talent, but maybe just not on a date. Maybe save that for when you're actually working and not across the table from someone at dinner.
Yeah, it's like Jubal going out on a date and doing all his phone tap voices. Like, no one wants that.
They don't?
They don't. They don't. I'm sorry.
For the future.
I think a lot of people give male models a bad rap, and just so you guys know, I mean, I know most of you are in the radio and, whatever Angie does. Male modeling is very hard, and we grind every day to make our careers possible. Okay, and you have to work on your diet. You have to work on your wardrobe. You have to keep up with what's going on, and obviously you need to practice your faces. I mean, as funny as this sounds, it's a very important part of what I do.
Makes sense.
Kurt, one very, very important thing that you just said, though, that I think probably makes it seem like you're a little self-involved is you said, I don't even know what Angie does. And you went on a date with her and you didn't take the time to figure out what her career is?
Yeah, Kurt, you never even asked me what I do.
Well, you're too sad looking to really even talk to you. Like, I was scared to ask you.
So it's her fault that you didn't take any interest in her?
Yeah, she was just way too sad and way too down. I just didn't know what to say to her. I just didn't feel like I could ask her anything.
Oh my God.
So you thought I could cheer up with some of your faces. I get it, dude. Well, Angie, would you like to go out with Kurt on a second date? We will pay for it.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to pause after absolutely. Damn.
And if you guys are wondering, I'm making this type of face. Disgusted. No way. Never again.
Dude, you nailed it.
I can't see
Thanks
it.
anyway.
Yeah.
Yo, stop making fun of my faces. They're real and they very much get me paid. Okay?
All right.
So,
Oh my God, he's
Yeah,
miserable.
keep grinding, Kurt. Angie, thank you for talking to us. And,
You're welcome.
hopefully you can find a lady out there, Kurt, that will appreciate you for all your different looks.
that's great. Thank you so much. I appreciate your feedback.
No problem.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 says, I'm a model, and that dude gives us all a bad name. And that guy and maybe a few others. But anyway, if you missed today's second date update, this dude Kurt went out with a girl named Angie, and he noticed immediately that she was in kind of a weird mood, and he found out it was because her grandma had just passed away. So Kurt tried to lighten the mood by making a joke, saying that his grandpa died recently too, so maybe they should hook up his grandma and grandpa together. And the joke didn't land well, but we got her on the phone and found out it was partly the reason, but the biggest reason was because he's a male model, and I guess throughout the date he kept showing her all of his different poses. His different faces that he could do, his sad face, his happy face, his, serious face. And she thought it was weird.
Today was a day that I was really sad that we're just radio because I really wanted to see him visually.
I know.
I feel like
It
he
would've
was
been
giving us
amazing.
all sorts of angry faces at the end of that call.
Well, in his
Oh, I bet
defense, I'm also friends. And Jubal, you know who I'm talking about. One of my best friends is a male model. But
Yeah.
at least my friend knows that it looks bad. He doesn't practice or do anything in front of people at all because He knows it's conceited. It's a very
Or-
weird thing.
He's such a good male model, you don't even know when he's putting on a face.
Oh!
But anyway, Kurt did get super offended with us and offended that people weren't taking his job seriously, even though it is kind of weird no matter what your job is to be doing it in the middle of your date. If you're a CPA, don't do an Excel spreadsheet and show me how cool you are.
Yeah, an
at it.
electrician isn't going to sit at the table and then rewire the outlets that is right next
Yeah.
to you. It's just that would be weird. You wouldn't get another call back probably.
So Kate decided she didn't want to go out with Kurt again, and Kurt's fine with that. He'll find somebody else to appreciate all of his many faces. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, just email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back. Giving away another trip to Vegas in just about 5 minutes, and don't forget, it is Friday, so Young Jeffrey's Song of the Week is coming up at 8:10. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning.